But it's because of that fearlessness and that curiosity and really a humbleness. He has a humbleness. So, and that experience of traveling and okay, what do we do here? And how do I get the hell out of here? And because I know I can go someplace better. and then doing it.
Yeah, just because like I think that just the first times that you even channeled Anthony were very new for you. They just sort of came out of the blue. And then this sort of interesting relationship happened with you and with me, with my dreams, where I was on motorcycles with Anthony, showing me certain things, and having him drive the motorcycle was a lot faster and more efficient than it was for me in my dream to do that and him to observe. And so we zoomed around timelines a lot faster.
Right.
He got things done for me efficiently in my dreams, where I was like, show me this travel of where these timelines could go with the situation we're in. And so he was kind of the conduit for that. And you also have now more information from him that applies to you personally.
Yeah, whatever that's about.
Oh.
But yeah, it's certainly been working on my worthiness issues. I mean, it's just like each little step I get sort of comfortable. And then, okay, now we're doing a show.
What came through with the sketches of Anthony?
Well, I was going to work on it today, but I didn't make much progress. And I was just, there wasn't a lot with the sketches beyond last week. Just feeling like I feel him more present with the sketch looking at me than, although that's becoming more like when I'm just writing what he's saying. I'm feeling him more present now. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly how we're connected yet. If that was just something to get my attention, well, what if we're soulmates? So that I would do this other stuff. That, I mean, that's possible.
Interesting.
He didn't say we are soulmates. I can see the energy, and it's the, not, he wasn't emphatic about that the way he is about the show.
By the way, I'm recording a lot of this now, just so
you are.
I am now, so it's so we can get like maybe some baseline information if we ever need that. So you have to gather your sources wherever you get them. So you never know what inspiration comes up. So now I'm gonna up my game and actually like also just through conversation find little snippets of wisdom and things that we can include. And yeah, instead of just here's the planned thing and we do it. So maybe there's just through our conversations, through channeling, through our ideas, things come up. So I think it's probably time.
Well, I mean, we could right now, instead of me telling you, we could see what he'd like to say. We could get settled here and let him join us.
I would love that.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So Anthony Bourdain.
And you let me know if you feel him. I feel him being excited and grateful. Like this is an opportunity to take what he did on earth and make it so much more important. Yeah, he doesn't really want to talk through me.
One of the things that I really have felt through Anthony, throughout just the things I've watched and I've observed with him, he had a really good knack for just absorbing himself into a place and being transported away, not only just in that place, but just throughout his whole being. And if the show was about rest, he was laying down on a cot and absorbing the sun. If it was about food, he was eating the food. If it was about the people, he was speaking with the people. It wasn't documentary-esque where he was detached.
He'd like to say he has that ability, not that he had it.
My bad. Yeah.
That's only gotten bigger.
And what a lesson right now for all of us. You know, we're all in such a tough about crises in the world and this nasty geopolitical situation we find ourselves in and worried about. And when the answer is right in front of us, it's just absorb yourself into these things. And his avenue is food and culture and people. Just absorb yourself into that. Rest if you want to rest. I know people who live on islands who are seemingly in paradise who worry so much about the situation globally and what candidates are supported or not when they live right there.
Well, he wants to emphasize that, yes, he threw himself into whatever it was, but that on earth, he was misguided in his own emotional injuries or the things that he was pushing off of. Oops. Did you go somewhere?
No, I'm here.
Oh, weird. Oh, the screen just left. It's back now. Yeah, he was rebelling. And so he has found on the other side that rebelling absolutely does not work. It only digs you deeper in. And really, looking back, that's what his rebelling did on earth as well. You know, by being an addict, it just dug him deeper into where he didn't want to be, further away from where he did want to be. And so he has real experience about that. And so he's learning now how much more pleasurable it is to choose things or dive into things that are harmonious with love and truth and God's way, which was not even a thought other than, you know, being truthful and kind while he was on earth.
So in many ways, I think there was like a little bit of a preparation for him that he was going through when he was living on Earth,
Mm-hmm.
of maybe even without him knowing, perhaps, or maybe he did know. Maybe you can check in with him on that. Maybe he did know that these travels that he was having on Earth and the enjoyment of culture, the enjoyment of place, the enjoyment of people was actually helping him to actually shape his soul for a better journey into the spirit realm. And that could be a lesson for a lot of us here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really helped him be okay with having left when he did. To know that there was another show that was way more important, even though it was a loss.
I'm getting the sense that he's sort of telling me and telling me is like, yeah, I'm the example. Um, Stop dwelling on me and just get to it.
Yeah.
Let him be the co-star every once in a while, but stop dwelling on him and just get to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a real sense. There was a moment in the messages about this show. It's like, no, I'm not the star. And I asked, well, do you want to be named? And he's, he pointed out, well, ethically, yeah, you would have to name me, but you can just call me Tony. And whoever wants to know will figure it out.
I like the idea of Tony's travels in the spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
A different kind of tour guide.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's sort of opposite to what he did in his shows. Like he went to the place. Well, maybe, I mean, it's a little both. He went to the place and then a lot of people flocked there because they saw the show. So that, I guess, would be ideal if, oh, yeah, I have that anger too. Oh, I don't want to go there. I better work on it. I better work on it so I can go to that second place he showed us. And after really getting the main message about this, the first video that came up was the one that I sent you where he says, fellow travelers, this is your key to happiness. This is your path to, what did he say? True happiness and wisdom, something like that. So it felt like that's what he's going to say in the new show.
Yeah, this was when he was right in the middle of the street in Vietnam with scooters passing by, eating a bowl of noodles and something.
Yeah.
Something simple, spicy, just him, the street.
Yeah.
And that was the encouragement. That was where it was.
Right.
I mean, I think that could happen in Vietnam, wherever you live, someplace locally, or even somewhere channeled or remote viewed or brought to you in a dream.
Yeah. And then the next one right after that, they shows on the side, the next suggestion was someone else went to Vietnam, to the places the restaurants he had visited, just these street food, little tiny places, and how they were just flourishing now because Anthony had been there. And these women who ran them, they all got teary, about how much they loved him. And one especially, they had really created a connection in his visit there. And she said he was more than just a friend. He was like a guardian angel who came and helped me with my business.
Wow. And when you realize that you could actually touch someone or a neighborhood or a village by being there in that presence,
Mm-hmm.
despite all the cameras and the production and all the hubbub, he could be there in a place and connect with people to the point where it raised a level of, I don't know, maybe it raised the energy of the place, maybe it raised the level of vibration in other people,
Mm-hmm.
And assisted them in rising to whatever occasion they might have seen themselves wanting or needing to arise to.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we are definitely going to have to up our game now too. So if this is the same sort of energy of inspiration, I guess.
Well, it made me feel like, oh, okay, well, apparently customers are coming. So we've perfected what we do, or at least we've become good at it. So yeah, now the secret ingredient is upon us.
And this is the new B2B experiment. Business in the spirit realm, having a partner not on this earth, yet living and present.
Mm-hmm. Willing, excited. I mean, think about it. He's learning what he's learning on his own journey there, and given his experience, he's a creative person. He's thinking, what can I do with this? And I would imagine that spirits would look for people who can connect with them so that they can influence things on earth. So, we can avoid the hells.
That's a great idea. Just to avoid all of that, avoid the struggle, and just, I think a lot of like what I remember with Tony and all of his videos was just like a real willingness just to step into that ease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even if it was outside his normal comfort zones or boundaries or ideas of what was good and bad or tasteful and not tasteful, he would actually just let himself. One video he says, I'm here to take one for the team regardless of my biases and my ideas of what's good, bad, right, wrong, disgusting, palatable.
Fresh, not fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's like, what's my consequence? A round of antibiotics? Well, we don't necessarily want to do that, but
No.
what's my consequence? A round of antibiotics and I'm kind of down for a few days. What's that in comparison to what you can accomplish when you connect with people?
Yeah. Right. But then there's the discernment in that I also saw him he was eating just like a soggy burger or something at a on a in a street food, and the owner of the place came with a great big like whipped creamy drink and handed it to him, while Tony was talking to the camera. And oh, okay, thanks. And then the guy adjusted the cup so that the phone number and the name. And yeah, I'm trying to work here. So, not everybody gets the connection because they don't warrant it.
Oh. And he didn't even have to do anything about to see that through.
Right.
That was just an organic moment that came through on the screen in a moment of little hospitality serving of him. And, oh, I may as well do this. Just turn the cup around. And that's the kind of marketing you cannot buy. No one can buy that kind of.
Well, I mean, it was the owner of the place turned it in Tony's hand.
Yeah.
So for his own.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
And Anthony was just like, all right. And hands it off to somebody else off camera.
Oh.
So if you come with pure intentions, you'll receive. That's what I took from that. But if you come wanting, sorry.
Right.
You gotta make it yourself.
But there's also worthiness. It's like, okay, this owner also just felt worthy enough that he could just turn this and say, I'm worthy enough. Here's my phone number. So it's there is a little interplay between worthiness and your own sort of selfish gain, I guess.
Yeah. Right.
So stepping into your worthiness is a lot different than just saying I need to market some whatever crap I'm throwing out there to the world just for money, just for my gain.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but feeling worthy. This is a beautiful, beautiful moment. I'm building a relationship with this great person, this great being in the world, and he loves my food. He loves what I have to offer. And do I just accept that, or do I reject it? And if I accept all of it,
do I inject myself into it?
Right.
Instead of just accepting it.
Yeah. And I think we can play with that too. So it's kind of a fun little play, is like turning your cup and here's my phone number, by the way. So a little moment of play. Hopefully he's doing well. Hopefully his business didn't go under after that moment. So you never know. Either way, I think is it better for someone who is there local turning their cup, or is it better for like those powers that be that control marketing and advertising and all of his production level to be the creator of winners and losers? I don't know, because they could have easily been turned into a show of, here's the restaurant I am, and here I am reviewing this particular restaurant, and here's where they are in Vietnam, and here's what you can expect there, which everyone sees. So, which was totally not the point of his show.
Right.
Ghostwire mentioned it, but then it was all about connection and the food and the people and the experience, rather than getting into any sort of review of what's on the menu or pricing, 5 stars or
yeah. No, he would just as soon eat in somebody's house.
right? Or someone's backyard.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I got the little message like spirits are a lot like that. They just as soon be in someone's house as um being high profile.
Yeah, for
Building
sure.
a relationship or feeling those comforts of a place, people.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's a real right there. What I'm feeling from that's the importance of doing this, to take people, help people understand the real rewards of life rather than money and fame and accomplishment. And like people, you hear those words, but they don't mean anything really. I mean, many people have said something similar to that. Hmm. But people still strive for things that might soon be all be taken away from them.
Yeah, and if we like focused on what's out here for us that can build our soul's condition,
Mm-hmm.
those are the things that we should, I don't know if strive for is the right term. Those are the things we should accept.
Oh, you just got really excited about. If I could help people create on Earth where I am right now, rather than where I came to in the beginning, that just filled them with joy and excitement. To have the whole planet be, raised out of where it's going, what it is, to where you couldn't even go back. And if people on Earth were at a level where they weren't going to pass into the hells that are even, obviously worse than what they experienced on Earth, because it's all right there instead of all of these gifts that we're given on Earth, then eventually the hells wouldn't exist, because no one would be repopulating the hells. Just skip over that part.
Kind of like an abandoned place,
Mm-hmm.
the forgotten hells.
Yeah, a thing of lore. Yeah.
Existing just as a little reminder, a tourism reminder
Mm.
of what we were, like Chernobyl
Mm.
or an
Auschwitz.
abandoned institutions, mental
Mm-hmm.
illness institutions,
Yeah.
Auschwitz, just as a tourist stop reminder. That's where I'd like to have the hells be.
Yeah.
Nothing
Right.
more.
And he has a vested interest in changing the occupants of the hells.
And if we're here to create heaven on earth, what do we do? That's a big question.
Mm-hmm.
And how? How do we do it?
Well, that's the one we have to just, that's how, that we've abandoned that one all the way through this. We just find out.
I guess it's also just a point of discovering that it's
Yeah.
already here and waiting for us.
Mm-hmm.
All has been created already. You just have to visit.
Yes. And he's sort of like poking at me and saying, and you have to be willing to do what you need to do. What your soul is begging you for in order to reach the next level up. Just one little step at a time.
Yeah, it's just like getting your passport,
Mm-hmm.
planning your itinerary,
Yep.
packing a bag,
Saving your money. Mm-hmm.
learning a new language.
Yep.
That's huge. I think that is huge with the new language of our own souls.
Yeah. Right. Mm. I was just reminded early on after I'd finished what it means to serve. I said something like, yeah, this is sort of the kitchen confidential for coaches, exposing the underbelly of coaching before Anthony even came through. Maybe that's what got his attention. I don't know.
It's definitely a testimonial to put on the back cover, just from Tony. This is the kitchen confidential for the coaching world.
Yeah.
I like that. That should be the tagline. So,
It feels big.
feels really big, and it feels very rich
Mm-hmm.
and very potent.
I like potent, he says.
Of course he would. Oh,
Hmm.
well, I'm gonna have to learn a whole new method of video editing or find
Mhm.
other folks that know. So
Yeah.
that's a good challenge. I like that. Or I allow it to just come to me like most information does.
Right.
All I have to do is take one step. The information seems to flow to me, and then I can trust that, and I've sort of leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
So it isn't a matter of such a huge challenge when I do it that way.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I just need to ask the question and then look.
Yeah. And for me, I have to really learn new ways of being a medium and get comfortable telling people what their condition is. And I've asked, well, why does Jesus refuse to tell people? He says that it's something that each person needs to find out for themselves. So why would I go against that? And just the feeling I get is that he has his way, and his goal is to reach as many, spread God's way with as many people as possible, and let them be their own leader in doing their experiments and everything else. But there's also some fear for him still. I don't think he's, at least the last time I saw him, because people get upset when he tells them that they're not as great as they thought they were. And I think it's different because he's Jesus and I'm not. So the response would be very different to me.
Well, and it's like the key to everything. There, I said key. Oh my goodness. We each have our own response, and we each have our own beings to step into our own unique souls, our own unique soul condition. Whether you're Jesus or whether you're Saint Rita or Tony or Scott or anyone, we all have the growth that's ahead of us, the desires we have. Not, I think there's a soul desire. There's not just like this artificial coming to us kind of desire. There's a soul desire of what the flower. I'll just have an analogy of, if your soul's a flower, what does it want to be, and how is it going to act in the ecosystem? And that we're probably made to be these unique souls in an entire ecosystem of different yet cooperative souls.
Yeah. Yeah. And just because he refuses to do it doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. It's just not what he wants to.
He's doing all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Way many things.
Right.
So.
And my desire is to work with each person rather than, although this a big show, it would help a lot of people.
We've got to really get comfortable with ourselves.
Jeez.
In all of this too.
Yeah, I've had little moments of wanting to like cut this short. Just right now. I feel myself getting really tired. And I think that's part of, either spirits or trying to push us away from this, or just my own resistance. So I energetically smack myself and wake up a little.
Well, I think we're also asking ourselves to kind of really leap into the next level of spirit growth for ourselves too. And that can be a little exhausting the first time. when you just sort of step in and you're like, whoa, look at this. I mean, it can be exhausting from the perspective of your mind is racing. We have these earthly minds that race and we project into the future. We
Mhm.
really don't know what's going to happen. Yet our mind starts telling us what could happen, or and then
Mhm.
we feel the judgment all over again from society or from friends and family members, our own self judgment.
Yeah.
That's where the fatigue comes through.
Mhm. Yeah. And
Our
then just,
souls already know how to do this.
yeah. And well, integrating it in a holistic way. And there's energy. It, it uses energy in a way that we're not used to yet. So until we get comfy with it, then our energy level kind of stays more stable again. Like I cried every day for like 4 or 5 days this past week, just because so much was coming in and I was feeling so much kindness and this wanting to participate and help and gratitude, um, plus releasing my own stuff. Today I didn't cry, so something shifted.
I'm going to turn off the recording right now, just because
Okay.
I think that's a ton of stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.